So Rupert, this season of Homeland finds Quinn in a way that we've never seen him before. As an actor, can you talk a bit about playing that kind of physical transition and the emotional transition that this once very virile man has gone through after his stroke?
It was very important to all of us on the show that we tell the true story of a returning modern war hero. What did a veteran look like today? You know, we have an image in our head of a First World War veteran or even a Civil War veteran, speaking historically. But the idea of a modern veteran, some of the ones I spoke to were 21 years old, and you're a veteran. And we think of a veteran as an 85-year-old guy, kind of, you know, saluting on Veterans Day. And some of these guys are sort of chewed up by military service and spat out at a far younger age than I or Quinn. And plus adding in chemical warfare, what does that do to a person? Adding in, what does a forced awakening from a coma do to the mind? Adding in PTSD, adding in semilateral paralysis, adding in aphasia, adding in a suicidal tendency, adding in anger management, adding in a profound depression. And then this guy's left to basically rot in a depressing kind of prison come hospital veterans administration. And to me, I'm really not surprised that he wasn't that excited about life. But we were very, very keen to not shy away from the truth of what that might be like for the young men and women returning from service today.
Throughout this season, you see him struggling not just with his disability and PTSD, but struggling to protect Carrie in the same way that he had done in the previous seasons. Can you talk a bit about that?
Well, Carrie, yes, but I think possibly, particularly in the sort of first half of the season, Franny, you know, in this very, very difficult mental state where you're not even sure if you can trust your own instincts or senses, being charged to protect a young person who's vulnerable without you, and not having any sense of whether reality is real or what danger is or where it's coming from. I think the combination of the innocence of a child and the innocence of this mindset is an incredibly interesting juxtaposition for the storytellers to have cast and to have created. And so I found that exploration of a new brain very interesting.
You also see that he hasn't lost his spark, his will, shall we say.
Yeah.
Can we talk a bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, deep down inside, this is a highly trained special operative who has skills that, you know, I'm not even sure you should know about in normal sort of civilized life. And they are buried, but they're in there. And it takes, as we see in season 6, a tragedy and a tragedy that he kind of causes for him to realize that he can fall back on those instincts. And they're still there, for better or worse. And that even despite any kind of physical impairment, he can still kick the shit out of anybody else.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.